for Biafra. Raffle BFR, Raffle Jingo. My people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoku. Na him they carry us enter Biafra. He they play the show. No be lie. The good guy, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government, in exile, went there for Obodo Yibo, Finland. With him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up. He go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you and your pikin them. I dey tell you, he can still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing dey happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR, no sit down, no sit down. Look, na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra, where you they cry for sins. You go also win too.
No, please. You will understand that all is not well, and the only way for you, as an indigenous person in that contemporary Nigeria, is to fight for your own freedom. If you're a Biafra, join the Biafra movement. If you're an Udua, join the Udua people. If you're from Arewa, fight for your Arewa. If you're from the Middle Belt, join the Middle Belt movement. That is the only solution. I want you to watch this clip from beginning to end. You'll be glad you did. Let's watch.
How did we get to Aburi? So I'm highlighting the issues that led to the discussion in Aburi. Now, this question of border adjustment would later heat up the polity after independence, when the Northern People's Congress, MPC, MPC was in charge of the federal government. Then, because they wanted to punish Awolowo for daring them, decided to create from the Western region a Midwest region. Awolowo has been saying, no, the North is too big. That is why they are dominating parliament. That's why they are controlling national revenue. To punish Awolowo, they decided to break Awolowo's region with federal power. By this time, Awolowo had already been sent to prison. We'll get to that point. These are the issues that led to the Civil War. Because if you don't follow the history, you will just say, oh, the Igbos just wanted to fight. No. There were issues. It kept degenerating. We were not resolving the conflict. Awolowo had been sent to prison, and his region was broken. So they now created another region known as the Midwest region from the Western region. So Nigeria became a 4-region country. Preceding the submission of Willick's report was the 1958 Constitutional Conference. It was the last conference before Nigeria got her independence in 1960. Before the 1958 conference was the 1957 London Conference, where it was agreed that the Western and Eastern regions be granted self-government. I've made that point before. The conference also created the office of the Prime Minister of the Federation. But it was in the 1958 conference that the decision to grant Nigeria independence on the 1st of October was taken. It was not long after independence that the center began to crack. The action group witnessed internal crisis, and that crisis led to the imprisonment of Obafemi Awolowo. The direction Nigeria would go was seen in the Kanu riots of 1953. Eastern and Western region parliamentarians in the 1953 motion for independence debate wanted self-government for Nigeria in 1956. Nigeria was supposed to have gotten her independence before Ghana. Ghana got her independence in 1957. So the eastern region and the western region were ready for independence by 1956. And they brought that motion to the parliament in 1953. It was a motion that was moved by Anthony Enahoro of the Action Group. The North, led by Ahmadu Bello, in a counter motion, replaced 1956 with the phrase, "as soon as practicable." With its majority in parliament, the North defeated the motion sponsored by Action Group. So as the northern delegates left parliament in Lagos, going back to the North, they were jeered and booed and insulted by onlookers. After this incident, a delegation of Action Group members led by Ladoke Akintola visited Kanu. This visit triggered the Kanu riots of 1953, when Northerners, apparently enraged by the treatment of their leaders in Lagos, used the opportunity to unleash unspeakable violence on Southerners living in Kanu. Lives were lost. By 1953, the seed of discord was already sown among the ethnic blocs. But the 1962 Action Group crisis was the starting point of a chain of events that culminated in the Civil War. I want us to listen to this interview with Femi Kende. Remember, if you scroll down my X page, you would find the interview with Femi Kende. Not this particular interview. I had this interview with him 5 years ago. The video interview on my social media pages is a recent one. So let's listen to Femi Kende explaining the crisis in the Western region, and you make your deduction from the past for you to be able to prepare for the future.
The divide was this. SLA wanted a federalist approach to governance that will bring the Hausas, the Igbos, and the Yorubas, together. The Action Group started as a regional party, Egbe Omo Tutura. Just like the MPC that started as an Arewa something, led by Dr. Diko. His approach was to bring all these tendencies together, luckily having been a member of the Federal Parliament. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, you may say he was not a regional demigod, but Awolowo's interest was to develop the Western region to an international standard.
Well, he also wanted to do that for Nigeria. The reason he went to the center.
And by 1959, Awolowo had a dream, which he called flashes of inspiration. And he said he saw himself becoming the Prime Minister of Nigeria. So on the 3rd of November 1959, he addressed the Parliament at a valedictory section in Ibadan and left for Lagos to become a less powerful personality.
Was that his undoing?
That was the undoing.
Did he calculate well?
Well, altruistically, he calculated well that, well, all these things we have done in the Western region, perhaps we could replicate it in the entire broad spectrum of Nigeria. But politics was not like that, because the British government had skewed politics and leadership favorably towards the North by numerical strength.
Awolowo should have known.
They had more members in the Parliament. And in 1959, Edmund, when the Action Group moved into the northern region to shop for more members to the parliament, the Action Group government spent £10 million sterling to campaign. This money was borrowed from the NIPC of the Western Region. The NIPC was using the funds of the Western Region Marketing Board. And in that election, Awolowo brought spectacular innovations using helicopter for campaigns and all sort of things like that. What they would do, by the time the Awolowo helicopter would land on a particular field, they would have brought in cows to populate the field. And the Action Group campaigned vigorously in the northern region and the middle belt. But do you know that that election was a fiasco? The Action Group didn't even make a seat. And that was why they call it Bakodaya. Bakodaya is 0. So you will see that if Awolowo had stayed in the Western region, if we had maintained this feat, by 1957, the Western region government of Awolowo had its own ambassador in Great Britain, which they call Agent General, and the first Agent General was Emir Okorodudu. You know, if at the 15-acre Sinton Road, that was the residence of the Prime Minister of the Western region, has been taken over by the federal government. You understand? So, all these concepts, they travel, they see things. Awolowo went to Australia to bring this idea. Awolowo went to Israel to bring the idea of the farm settlements, you know, which they call the kibbutz system, through his Minister for Agriculture, Chief Akindeko. You know, if we had maintained a Western region of the Awolowo dream, and Awolowo as the vision driver had remained in office, because he still had one more year to go as Premier of the Western region, the Western region would have been an El Dorado.
Perhaps Awolowo calculated that since party is supreme, whoever becomes premier in his absence will always bend to the wishes of the party, which Akintola refused to do. Awolowo was the leader of the party.
Politics, Edmond, is dynamics, and there are intrigues. I told you that there are personalities that will be working for Awolowo and will be working for Akintola.
Was Akintola consumed by the lust for power?
Akintola was not even interested in the premiership of the Western region.
Yes, but by the time it fell on him, remember, before he even got there as the deputy, Bode Thomas had died.
Yes, he became the deputy leader by election. He defeated Atoppressed,
the
Shekiri man, at a strongly contested election. You see, but the contention of the leaders of the party was that since Bode Thomas was of the core Yoruba, it behoves that another core Yoruba should succeed Bode Thomas.
Awolowo didn't want him as deputy.
Awolowo had no choice because the Lagos tendencies wanted SLA Akintola as the deputy leader of the party.
Was that when the problem started quietly?
Well, it could have started quietly, but not evidently. But you see, politics had to change tune. When in 1961, the other official had to go the way of the Awolowo. And Akintola reduced his salary to 1 penny.
Why did he do that?
Well, dynamism of politics.
He wanted to show I'm the premier.
Yes, I'm the premier.
At that point, he was ready to displace Awolowo.
After watching this very video I played, do you still have any doubt in your mind that Nigeria can never survive? My fellow Biafrans, it is either freedom or nothing. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect the Biafra Republic in exile, protect our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, and protect our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biafra government, peace, unity, progress, and equity. We move airborne.